Well guys, I'm so excited to get down with this review, shall we? We shall. So, this is the review on Avabel. So, you guys are probably know what Avabel is, but I'm just going to say it again for the people that don't know what Avabel is. So, Avabel is an MMORPG game created by a Japanese company called Isobima. And in some ways it relates to other games like Monster Hunter or World of Warcraft, you might say. My first impression about this game is amazing. The graphics are amazing, the game content is amazing, the accessories that the game provides, there's just so much detail put into this game, it's just so phenomenal. I don't know any other Android app that is this sophisticated in this way, you know. Probably Zenonia, but that was back in 09 or 08. You have all your classes. You can choose from a warrior, magician, ranger, other things like that. So you have your class system, and once you choose your class, you begin to level. And one of the amazing things that I've noticed through this game is that you have the amount of players that are swarming in through the city. It's just amazing. You have dungeons. When you go through dungeons, you have PvP. You have guild chat. You have specific guild chats that you can do. You can go through Twitter. So the dungeon gives you a selection on random, offline, or items, and you can choose those 3 selections, and you get to go through floors through that. Yes, so it's not, so when you play the game Avabel, it's not called areas, it's called floors. So once you progress a certain amount of levels through the stage and completing a quest, you go to the next floor. Same thing with that, you go to the next floor. And the interesting thing about this game is that once you level up, the content just gets so better and better and better. For example, in the beginning, you might start off in, a land with a windmill, just battling basic enemies. But once you progress on into the game, you get to find bosses, you get to find content. You know, some of the areas is just so developed. You know, one of the things that I like about this game is that it brings you this raw sensation from the first time you played your first video game. I know this is sort of a little bit too much, but hey, I think the game, in my opinion, is better than sex.
Damn! Say what?
Okay, maybe I was just exaggerating just a little bit on that part, but you guys get the point. You have the ability to transfer your character from different iOS devices, from your Android off to your iPad. It's very simple. All you have to do is just go to your menu setting and type in a certain code, and you go to your other device, let's say for instance my Android device, and type in that same code, and it will automatically transfer from the character from my previous device onto the device that I have now, which is a cool thing. It's one, like I said, the game provides accessories. It's ridiculous, man. I'm kind of speechless right now because it's just so much, and that's one of the things I've noticed about this game. Once you progress on, you have to use your skills. This is not your typical hack and slash game. Hack and slash provides no certain skill, it's just pushing buttons. Opposed with Avabel, well done, perfect, hands down. You know, you have your action commands, you know, so you have your slash, boom, boom. You have your slash attack, you get to drift off to the side. You know, it forces you to use your skills, and, you know, the more you level, the more experience you have against certain areas. Because keep in mind, once you guys level up, let's say in the 20s or 30s, the content begins to get harder and harder and harder. And this is the point where you have to be with players to help you out, you know. Keep in mind, though, if you just randomly put a recruiting sign above your head, maybe. It's always good to have players that you're familiar with, that you really know, that will help you get through the quest from A to Z. Yeah. So those are one of my biggest things that I've noticed playing this game. And as you can see here, There's a character of mine battling through, I think it's level 7 right now at the moment. But here's my character right now, Arios 24, and he's a warrior. And if you can see me, I'm just using. I know I'm jumping around here and there. That's because that I don't have enough potions, and I'll get to the cons a little bit later. That's why I don't have enough potions. But it shows you how important it is to have players around you to help you through. Because keep in mind, once you progress on, you're going to have bosses in each territory, or every other territory, or every other floor. And I think one of the greatest things that Isobima added into this game is you can reset your specs. So each class has a spec chart, and that spec chart is based on JEXP. JEXP is gathered up by the enemies that you killed. The more EXP, JEXP you gather up. I haven't gotten down with the PvP factor yet, but I've heard that the PvP is really awesome. I'm not that experienced with their PvP system yet. I will explain that later on in my other videos when I'm playing about my experience through Avabel, but I'm just going to stick with what I know. So what are the cons? Well, there's a few cons that I have with this game. One of the things that I have is just the pricing on items. Now, yes, there's quests, yes, there's daily quests, but the thing about that is, think about it. You have 5,000 players, and yes, they have different servers, but some of those servers may be from people from different countries, you might want to say. And I have nothing against that. Nothing against that at all. But just one of my few nitpicks about this game is that the game itself, especially with the money factor, it's so expensive. Like, if you want to buy a potion, you might as well grind it or earn it through like a spin box set or through the gem item set. It's very expensive because sometimes when you complete quests that's like 5,000 gold and you have no potions unless you want to buy like 10 stacks of healing potions, medium healing potions, that can go fast so quick. So I wish Isobima could just lower down the price.